FM 94, The Dark. It is that time again. It's time to get to know a band we play here on The Dark. And tonight on the line, I'm talking with Travis Grigg. He is the lead singer of the band High Tech Hate. You've probably heard their latest song, Moving On. It's been on our airwaves here for the last couple of months. And first of all, Travis, how you doing tonight? How things going?
Oh, all right, man. Thank you for having me on.
Hey, I'd love to always get to know these bands that we play here on The Dark, and you're kind of an up-and-coming band, at least for us here, and let's get the history of High Tech Hate. How did this band all come about?
Well, originally it started back in 2006 in Arkansas, and kind of like the beginning of 2006, well, I guess around September 2006, went and worked with Sylvia Massey, who produced Tool and, I don't know, a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of started from there. I got, kind of hired some guns to go record in the studio with her.
Very cool, very cool. And High Tech Hate is the name of the band. I was doing a little history, a little reading on it. It has to do kind of with the direction of the music you were going. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, I was kind of doing like the industrial thing, but the name I kind of wanted to, kind of tell what's going on in the world today with, politics meets technology equals high-tech hate,
And, that's exactly it. And, some of the music that you've now spun here, and like I said, we're talking, the latest song that we're spinning here is Moving On, but I know you've got some other songs that you've had so far. Talk about, I guess, the music that goes with high-tech hate. What's kind of the message behind it?
Really, I kind of want everybody to get their own idea about it, get their own message through it. It's like a lot of people think Moving On is about, a relationship with a girl or something, but it's actually a relationship with band members that was nothing but flakes. So, but I kind of want people to get their own thing out of it,
Okay. Now, you mentioned, obviously, band members. Let's talk about the band a little bit in that, and how did you guys all meet and all get together here to finally create High Tech Hate?
After 2006, I stayed around Arkansas a couple of years and then moved to L.A. and just kind of found some guys out there to form the band around, Got a guy that was playing with Wayne Static and then Static X, and then just a couple more guys out of L.A.
What's it like moving from Arkansas to L.A.? I mean, did you grow up in Arkansas?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did.
And then, so you're moving out to L.A., like Hills, Beverly Hills. No, I'm not, But anyway, you weren't discovering oil. You were trying to make music. What was it like for a kid from Arkansas to go to L.A.?
It was different, but, you kind of go join the circus and you see what L.A. is really all about, I remember the first time I went to the whiskey, it was nothing like I thought it was going to be. I thought when I moved to L.A. it'd be, more competition and stuff, and you find out about, all the pay-to-play, so it's kind of eye-opener,
Right. The one thing, too, Travis, is going to ask you about here with the band High Tech Hate, how has it been perceived so far across rock radio, for the most part, in the U.S. of A.?
Actually, it's going pretty good. I think it's doing pretty good on the media-based charts, from what I've been told. We get a couple of people spinning it, but actually one of my goals was to be on your show, so I guess everything's working out right.
Wow. I tell you, I'm honored for that. That's awesome to have you wanting to be on the show and that. And, this is the beauty of this show. We love to bring up artists like yourself that are up and coming, and hopefully the world can find out a little bit about you. And, I think one thing it's made a little bit easier today than it was maybe 20, 30 years ago is there's social media to help you out. But also the other problem I can see with the social media is you got to basically dive through all this stuff that's out there to find you. Do you guys use social media a lot to help you out? I guess, how are you guys getting out there and getting discovered?
Really, it's a lot of word of mouth, and I still have street teams like, all over the nation. So that actually helps out a lot. And, just hiring radio promotion is actually what helped get to you. So, I guess that works out pretty great.
Yeah, I mean, I know it still works, but sometimes it's not the easiest to get some airplay on commercial radio like you guys are on these airwaves. But, we're glad to have you on board for that, so that's really cool. Hey, let's talk about your history when it comes to music. As a kid growing up, what did you listen to? What kind of molded you to become who you are today?
Well, probably the first thing was Kiss. I hate to say that answer, but it's the one that everybody gives.
Mm.
Kiss was the first thing that kind of motivated me. And then probably, went into Prince and Mother Love Bone, Max Cavalera, Machine Head. I mean, there's just so many. Nick Cave now. So
Wow. Very cool.
I like to listen to songwriters more than, just a bunch of music.
And now you mentioned Prince. We're coming up on his death about a year from now. It was just a couple of days from now. It'll be 1 year. And, of course, he's Minnesota own right here, but you're on a Minnesota station today. So talk about Prince. What did you like about him? I mean, obviously, unbelievable guy, unbelievable music maker, like you mentioned. But what really intrigued you to like him?
I just like his talent. The guy was like way beyond his time. If you break it all down and actually listen to the songs, the structure, I don't know. The guy was just such a genius that I don't think there will ever be another one like him.
It's amazing too. Since he's passed, all the things that he was involved in. I don't think people realized how much he was so involved in music, not only just in his music, but everybody else's music too. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. It's like, I don't know where he found time to do everything, to be honest with you,
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he was like so much against people signing to the 360 deal, I mean, he really let that be known.
And he was a big opponent of not having stuff put out there on the internet. It took until he passed away before people started to get a hold of his stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And, in a way, I think that's kind of sad because, they're talking about releasing all the hidden stuff now. But, really, I think if he wanted that to be released, that he would have released it. So, I'd like to hear it, but then it's, out of respect to him, there was a reason he didn't want people to hear it,
Absolutely. We're talking to Travis Grigg. He's the lead singer of the band High Tech Hate. Hey, Travis, let's talk about the rock world a little bit, and active rock, I guess, for that matter. What are some of the bands currently that you're really digging, really liking right now? Do you follow much or not?
I try not to, just because I don't want it to influence me, really.
Okay.
Shinedown, I've always liked Shinedown since day one. Maybe it's just because I was friends with them and I knew the history of the band.
Okay.
A lot of people hate on Five Finger Death Punch, but, they do write good songs. It might be pop songs with metal guitars, but still it's good,
Right. No, nothing wrong with that. The reason I asked that question is it kind of leads into my next question. If you had to put together your ultimate three-band build to play with, who would be some bands you would love to go out on tour and play with?
Well, I mean, Shinedown and Five Finger would be great just to get to their fans,
Right.
Man, I would play with Madonna. I don't care. Just something to break outside the box.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to get to the next question right away. To break outside the box, this is one question I love asking artists all the time. And, of course, I want to ask you this, too. And, you don't have a huge library of music, but let's do this. Let's use the song Moving On, which we're playing here on our airwaves. What artist out there, if you could have any artist cover your song Moving On, who would you like?
Oh, my God. Wow, that really puts you on the spot there, doesn't it?
Yeah. Sorry to put you on the spot, but you opened it up with Madonna, so.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Let's just go with Lady Gaga.
Okay.
She's got it going on right now,
Yeah. Now, did you get a chance to watch? I'm not a big Grammy kind of guy because, they hate on rock, okay? And, of course, obviously the tech guy must have hated on rock because somehow the, microphone got unplugged for a while on James Hetfield. But did you see that collaboration with James and Lady Gaga?
Yeah, actually I did. Yeah, that was a total cluster.
Yeah. What did you think? But I mean, what did you think of that, I guess?
I think it's her letting the real her be known because she's always supported metal. And, maybe a lot of people just doesn't know that. Same as Madonna when she covers Pantera, I mean, her guitar player was in Prong for a little while. So.
Right. Well, I think she's got an edge to her, definitely, and there's nothing wrong with that. And, I know that Lars was trying to get them to hook together and do some of that, but it sounds like James Hetfield has no interest in doing that. So maybe it's High Tech Hate and Lady Gaga that are going to get together.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Are you in the same circle with Lady Gaga or probably not?
Probably not. It would be the laughingstock of metal then, that's for sure.
Hey, we're talking with Travis Grigg. He's the lead singer of the band High Tech Hate, kind of getting to know a little bit more about this band. And let's talk about your music a little bit more, I guess, and what's on the horizon, what's on the future for you guys, I guess, when it comes to making music.
Well, we're actually working on a full length now. The EP we actually put out ourselves, so I started my own label just to try to do something different, where in each sale from the High Tech Hate American Way CD, we donate money to the Wounded Warriors in USO.
Very
So
cool.
I wanted, labels are too greedy to do something like that, so I just said screw it and started my own label to do that.
That's awesome. Kudos to you. And you know what? You probably just gained a lot of listeners right around here in the Little Falls area. Just 5 miles to the north of us, we have Camp Ripley, which is a National Guard base here. And we have thousands upon thousands of troops that come through here every year. And to hear that you're doing it's outstanding. So kudos to you guys.
Thank you. Well, that's actually the title of the American Way. That's what it's all about. It's the American way to help others out. So that's why we did that title.
And music is a therapy, isn't it? It can help people out.
Oh, definitely in all kind of situations.
Do you use it as a therapy for you too, just to kind of decompress from your everyday living?
Oh yeah, definitely a stress relief. Just to write something new.
Let's talk about that writing a little bit. In that, what kind of inspires you to write and do things in that?
Everything. Just something I'll see on TV, like a movie or the news, or just somebody I'll see on the street. I just kind of look around everywhere for it.
Right. Now, have you guys done much touring yet?
Just around L.A. and a little bit outside of California. We're actually looking for somebody now to start booking us for a booking agent.
Yeah, very cool. And go ahead.
We're talking to a band to go out with them in this fall, but I can't really say the band yet. So
I know it's that top secret stuff. You can't tell us radio guys. Okay, I get it.
Well, I don't want to jinx it.
Okay, I hear you. Hey, have you heard your music on the radio? I guess.
Yeah. I'll get on the internet and just listen to whatever stations are playing it, and the local station just play it all over. So
right.
I kind of just try to check it out, support the stations, and hear some other new bands.
What does it mean when you hear your music on the radio?
You know what? It definitely helps on knowing that your hard work is paying off. And doing interviews with DJs, people like yourself. It makes you feel good.
Absolutely. Hey, we want to get you more fans here, Travis. So let's talk about that. How can people find out more about the band High Tech Hate? What's the best way to do that?
Well, they can go to hightechhate.com. They can go to Facebook / High Tech Hate. They can go to Spotify. Just listen there. Anything to support.
Awesome. One last
call your station and your show and say that you want to hear it.
That'd be great. The one last thing I always like to ask too is for future bands out there, up and coming bands. And I know, like you said, you try to kind of stay within your own self and that, and don't get really involved. But is there anybody else that maybe we should know about that hasn't gotten a fair shake yet?
There's a new band that I signed to my, entertainment company called Orange Star High.
Ah, yes.
Definitely check them out. Kind of pop punk. Tim might have sent it to you by now.
Yeah, yep, we did. There's songs called Number One. We play it on the airwaves here. Yep, that's correct.
Yeah, that's good. There's a band, Skin Mask, out of L.A. They're pretty good.
Okay.
Maybe check them out if you get a chance. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of too much that you probably don't already know about.
Absolutely. But, hey, those are the things that we love because, this is how we try to discover new music, and you got to start somewhere, right?
Exactly. And it's all word of mouth. So.
Absolutely. Hey, we're going to play your latest song, Moving On. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, fine with that. Thank you.
All righty. Hey, so much, a lot of fun talking to you. Wish you the best of luck. And when you can tell us when that other band is for that tour, let us know, and maybe you can make a swing up to Minnesota sometime, all right?
Oh, definitely. Would love it.
Awesome. All right, that once again is Travis Grigg. He's the lead singer of the band High Tech Hate. Their latest song is called Moving On. You're hearing it right now on FM 94's The Dark.